I have prepared a huge pile, and this took me a while to get down to. This is like my absolute ride or die pieces that I just genuinely think every gym girl should have in her wardrobe. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, the Black Friday sale is here with Gymshark, and before you're thinking about getting anything, you've got a few things in your basket and you're considering getting them, but you don't know whether it's a good idea, or maybe you have absolutely no idea where to start with gym clothing, then stop what you're doing and watch this video, because I'm going to break down in this video in a super hopefully concise way things that are absolute staples that you will not regret spending a penny on. I feel like there is so much out there. Like, if you have been on the Gymshark website, you will be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it's really hard to navigate what is going to be good for you, what's going to suit your needs, and what's going to look best. So I have prepared a huge pile, and this took me a while to get down to. This is like my absolute ride or die pieces that I just genuinely think every gym girl should have in her wardrobe. Black Friday sale starts Sunday the 16th, so if you're watching it today, it has started today at 4 p.m. These are the times that it starts in the different time zones. The website is up to 50% off, with an additional 10% off using code Sydney10. And don't worry, if you're watching this later on and the sale still isn't running, you can always get 10% off using code Sydney10. So do not forget that, because 60% off on gym clothing is absolutely insane. There's a few things that I do look for in my clothing. I want it to wash well. We wear our gym clothes literally every single, I wear these on rotation, okay? I'm using them a lot, and every time I wear my clothes, I need to wash them because they get very sweaty and very dirty. I want it to hold on to its color and its texture, and I want it to basically stay as similar to the product that I got in the first place. I want it to make me feel good. There's nothing here that I've put on that I'm a bit iffy about. Everything here is things that I genuinely love and really appreciate. Quality's great, color's great, and I also love a bit of a fun design. I have included in here things for the girlies that want absolute most simple design to the girlies that want the most garish designs and crazy things out there. So there really is something for everyone. But those are the things I look for just as a little background. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with the fun stuff, the absolute top tier items that I genuinely think everybody needs. I want to start with bras, because bras, like you girls know, it can be really, really overwhelming. You don't know if it's going to support you. You don't know if it's going to be the right kind of thing you need. I like to describe, I've got enough for a handful of boobs, but I'm one of those girls that can get away with the low support bras. I also really benefit from high support. And if I was doing running or anything really high impact, I would want to have some support. So I feel like I'm a good person to be able to help you. With the bras, I've brought a few options. Now, lowest support, actually one that I'm wearing right now, which is an absolute fan favorite, is the minimal sports bra. It is called that for a reason, okay? There really isn't much to it. The thing that I really appreciate about Gymshark is that recently they've started doing the colorways that match existing collections that you would have had. The new minimal bras have an adjuster strap on them, which I think is a really good upgrade. I always take them off because I love a backless moment, but it does come with these additional straps that will clip onto here, so you do get a little bit more support that way there. But I do love this, and I genuinely recommend anyone to get one that can get away with it. Here's another style as well. They come in loads of different colorways, patterns. They've always got new ones coming out, and they're just really cool. If I needed high support and I needed to go for the best of the best in terms of support, this is a medium support one, and it's one of their basic sports bras, but I always find myself reaching for it, and I think it's a really good one as an everyday training bra. I really would recommend this. It's got a built-in cup. I've worn this to death and it's washed up really, really well. So I wanted to include it because it is something that will last and stand the test of time. They come in quite a few different colorways. Now, the level up to this one, which actually is marketed as a running bra, and I will get onto the running collection, is this running bra. Now, I think this is the highest support bra they've got on offer. This one has a zip on the center front, and it also has an additional clip as well that you can fasten like so. This bra is also unique in the fact that it's got reflective taping because it's part of the running collection. This one I will wear for CrossFit, and I'll be doing God knows what, burpees, running, flying around, and I know I do not even have to worry about readjusting or anything. So I do really recommend this one. If you're a girly that needs like higher support, I tend to find that a lot of the bras are quite frumpy, not frumpy, they don't look frumpy, but they just are they serve a very functional purpose. They don't really have any decorative details in them whatsoever. And I know that people do really kind of look for that. So I did also want to just mention this bra, which has, I thought, some lovely details in it. This is like a medium support. I think it's medium support. It might even be high support. I thought that was a lovely one to show you because it's just a little bit more going on, you know, it's a bit more interesting. Of course, all the other ones are great, but in terms of like the things I was talking about, like longevity, functionality, and just like style, those were the ones I really think there's no way that you'd regret them. Okay, moving on to tops. I love these, and these really don't get enough hype about them, but these are the vest tops that have a built-in shelf in them. So underneath the outer layer is a built-in bra with cup pads, and I just think this is honestly so amazing. I've worn this to death. I also have the white version here, and I have every single colorway. They've actually started coming out in some more colorways, which is really fun and exciting, but these are so nice. And you know, something I really appreciate about these is that they're actually full length. You know, they're not a crop top, which sometimes I just don't want to wear a crop top. Sometimes I just want to wear something that's like fitting, looks complimentary, but also doesn't have my stomach hanging out, you know, like on those days where you just don't really feel like that. A long sleeve top that I've just recently got, but I'm obsessed with, and I keep like prioritizing it in my wash because I'm just like, I want to put that back on, is this running top. You could wear it for anything. You could wear it to the gym or whatever, but I find sometimes the compression tops, even though I love that style, I find them a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. And this one was just like the perfect amount of fit. I wore it on a run and it felt really comfortable. The material is so soft. Really like this one. And I think this will be one that doesn't really actually get much of a mention. If it does have any other colorways, I will be getting these. So yeah, definitely recommend for anyone that wants any kind of long sleeve top. I wanted to talk to you about the different t-shirts that they do, because I'm sure as a customer, you're probably looking at the website and thinking like, why are some t-shirts literally like £20 and then some are like 40, 50? In my opinion, it's all to do with the weight and the feel of the material. The more expensive ones, I just picked up a random one here, they are like your ones that would be amazing as like a stylish like pump cover. They're a really thick weight, so they drape really nicely. They generally have a more oversized fit, but the weight of the material is a lot thicker. It definitely does feel a lot more luxurious. The thinner materials, which tend to be the cheaper materials, are just like your regular kind of standard thickness t-shirts. I actually prefer working out in these kind of t-shirts. If you want to just like cover up a little bit more and you just want to wear a t-shirt, then I think these are a lot better. I tend to overheat in like warmer materials, so I thought that was worth a mention. And do have a look at the t-shirts because there are some really cool design ones that don't make it onto socials and you don't see people wearing, but they have like some really funny like meme t-shirts and cool slogans. I need to talk to you about the sweats. Gymshark has always been like really good for sweats, but they've just released a new collection which will again be on sale called Cozy Luxe. This one needs washing because I literally have worn it to death, but this is such a beautiful blue. Like I wear this all the time and everyone says it really suits my eyes. I literally have it in like all of the colors. It's such a thick weight, cozy material and it's fleece lined and it's just really lovely. I actually ordered this in a large, which I do for all of my oversized stuff, and that's what gives you that really like slouchy kind of like oversized fit, which I think looks really nice. This collection has straight leg or cuff legs joggers, and this was the only thing where the leg, and I'm not at all girly at all, I'm literally 5'6", but this was the only one where it was like way too long having the straight legs. These are amazing. You will literally be living in these all year round. Another one that I wanted to mention was the new Varsity range, because this is, I think, just a really fun colour and I love like I just really loved the whole collection that they did for the varsity stuff, and would recommend. They do a lovely vest top that everyone was asking me about, and that was the varsity collection as well. The reason I wanted to mention this is because in the business of finding you guys functional clothing, this material isn't fur lined. This material is like, do they call it like a terry cloth? I don't know, but this is a lighter weight material, and it doesn't feel as warm and like potentially sweaty as the Cozy Luxe would get if you were working out in it. So this would be a perfect collection to wear if you want to train in it. Again, I think I ordered this, in a large, and because the legs are cuffed, I had no issues with the length of them. But if I was gonna suggest one collection to wear whilst you're training, I really would recommend this one, because it is, I think, the best material that it could be for getting hot and sweaty and lifting. And these you guys might recognize because I wore them. Actually, no, I didn't wear them. I was gonna wear these for my marathon, and I chose not to because I started freaking out about like, oh my god, I haven't trialed wearing these, da, 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 da. But I wear these all the time. I hadn't worn these because these were new to me, but they come in many different colors. I'm not sure what's currently on the website, but these really do make you feel like that girl. They are just so nice. Lovely thick waistband with a grippy strip that runs around the whole waistband to stop it falling down, which is really lovely. These have been washed so many times, as have the other colours that I've got, like the green and the pink, and they literally stay this bright the whole time. They've not faded at all. These are another pair of running shorts that I really love. They come in a much more kind of muted colourway. For anybody that doesn't want to go like super garish with the colours, I understand that. It's just a really comfy short. It's a 2-in-1, so it's got a lighter, more stretchy weight material built in underneath, and then it's got a shorter short over the top with like a little, I think that's called like a scallop edge, I don't know. This is another piece that I just think is really high quality, and I don't think you'd regret buying at all. On the topic of shorts, I have to start first with the Adapt range. Adapt comes in so many different colours and designs. They're always changing them up. But in terms of the actual material, oh my god, it is like the absolute must-have. Gym work, squatting, doing something where you're really putting your body through a lot and you need material that's going to hold up. This is a more compressive material. It has a thicker waistband that's a lot more kind of tighter around your midsection, but in a way that feels nice, like not in a way that feels annoying. It's got a bum scrunch on the back, and I will say, of all of the collections, even the collections that are like designed to be glute boosting or whatever, like in the shorts, they give you glute gains that you've never even seen before and you didn't even realize you had. I would always reach for these. These would be my one product that I would wear for whatever kind of workout I was doing. Here's another design that they've got. These are both fairly new designs. This is the newest one, I think. But yeah, these are the leggings. If you're someone who likes to be like held in, these leggings will be great. If you do get a little bit like oversensitive, overstimulated, these might not be great for you because they are meant to be like a durable legging that can go through anything. These wash up so well, and actually Adapt was the first collection and first products that I ever bought, so and I still wear my pieces like years and years later, and they wash up fine and they haven't faded. I thought I'd show you as well the matching top. So this is the matching top for the Adapt. Now, it doesn't have any thumb holes because it is more of a gym workout piece. It's such a like lovely fashion piece. It's got an open back, which we all love. But the reason I wanted to mention this, because this wouldn't be something I'd ordinarily reach for. However, if you are looking for something that's a lot more like design focused, design oriented, I do think the twist front is a good one, because in this material, like I just said about how it's a lot more durable, the front is double lined. Although it's like a silhouette that could potentially be risque, because they used to do this style in Elevate, which was a much lighter weight material. Because this one's a lot more kind of thicker, I do think that this would be safe to hold you in. If you're looking for a fun and bright, stretchy material, there's a new collection called Energize, which I didn't even really pay much attention to. I was like, okay, cool, another colorway, another collection. But I do find these incredibly comfortable. These are the shorts, haven't faded again. Like I said, they are just like still really bright. They've got really lovely subtle shaping on them. And if you're someone who doesn't really like too much of like a bum scrunch, well, there's none here at all, so that could be a good idea for you. They're enough stretch that you feel like it's giving you some sort of like help with your figure, but they also do just feel really comfortable and they don't feel as compressive as the Adapt ones that I was talking about. So these are another collection that I do really like, and they come in quite a few different colorways. Next up, I want to talk about the Vital collection. Vital is a collection that like is really, really popular for beginners. It took me a while to come around to Vital, and I think the reason why I now would list it as a absolute fave is that they've redesigned the material. So now the bottoms are a lot more comfortable. They used to be a little bit more stiff, but now they've introduced, I think it's Vital Sculpt, Vital Soft, and it is really, really lovely. It comes in so many different colors. Here are just a few options. I've got the black here and I've got the blue. It just kind of ticks every single box. Like, it's comfortable. It comes in loads of different silhouettes. They've started introducing so many different styles. Actually, I think I've got some more here. Yeah, I've got a vest top here. So these are the three colors that I brought down for you. They've introduced so many different silhouettes. So like, if you want a vest top, if you want a long sleeve, if you want a roll neck, if you want a zip up top, if you want shorts, like, it's really a good product that you could buy one thing of and then expand and continue to keep growing and mix and match. And I just think it's a really versatile collection. I get why it's so popular. This was a cool one that they've done. I think I think this is called like Vital Warm. It's specifically meant to keep you warm when it's cold and cold when it's warm. So this would be ideal for running. And it's got like a high neck, which is just pretty cool for running. And I love that. I got all of these in a medium, so yeah, I definitely would recommend those. I don't think you'd regret them, particularly the Sculpt and the Warm. The Warm is really, really lovely. This is a zip up top. This is actually from the Everyday Seamless collection. I love the Everyday Seamless collection. I don't know if anyone that has been following me, I did a collection with Gymshark and I chose to base mine off of the range Everyday Seamless. They're an amazing option for someone that wants everything I spoke about with the Adapt, but you don't want a material that's like really heavyweight. Like, I think they're amazing. They do advise on the website that you shouldn't squat in them, but I do, and that's fine. I think it's just a case that if you get a size that you don't necessarily fit into because you're a little bit bigger than the size, obviously the material can like shear out, but I love them. I literally love them. And if you wanted a legging that you look sensational in, that you can just wear like out and about or to go and get coffee, like, I really would recommend that. And this is the matching zip up and it's just gorgeous. Like, it's so lovely and comfortable. I had this in a small. For a really tight fit, like, I could wear this. I actually think for me, I would feel more comfortable in a medium, but I really like how this one has a little bit of like bust shaping around the chest area, and it's just a really lovely lightweight material. You could wear it on a run, you could wear it to the gym, you could wear it out for coffee, and I really think this one is a super, super versatile one that you guys will love. So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this and were able to get some insight into what pieces are absolutely worth every single penny. Please do not feel obliged or pressured to spend money on anything. If this was nothing more than a little bit of like entertainment and education for you, then perfect, I've done my job. But if you did want to shop in the sale on Gymshark, then you can use code Sydney10 and you'll get an additional 10% off. And if you're watching this at a point in which the sale is no longer running, fear not, you can always use the code. It will always be active, and it hugely, hugely supports me as a creator. Like, you guys wouldn't even believe. Links in the bio if you just want to get easy access to it. I will be in the comments if you have any questions or queries on any clothing. And I think that's everything. So have a lovely week and I will see you in the next one. Bye.